We are joined on the phone today by Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Phil Manzanera. He's the longtime guitarist for the band Roxy Music. Right now he's got a new EP out with his friend Tim Finn. It's called Caught by the Heart. Hey Phil, how you doing today?
Hey, yeah, very well, thank you. I'm here in the south of England, 1.5 hours from London. It's pretty warm here, and very, very happy to be reaching out to you guys, because it's been quite an insular year.
Yeah, most definitely. It's an honor to be speaking with you, Phil. Thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure.
Well, I know you've got the new EP out, Caught by the Heart. Can you tell the listeners a bit about the new one?
Well, this is a new collaboration between Tim Finn and myself. And Tim Finn was in a band called Split Ends and then briefly Crowded House with his brother Neil Finn, who have an excellent new album out. And funny enough, I listened to the new Crowded House album, and there's a track co-written with Tim on it, which sounds great. So I've known these guys since I produced their first album in 1975, which is an incredible long time ago. We've stayed in touch, and we've bumped into each other all over the place at different times. And, I was sitting here in my little one room in the south, in my garden, with my computer, my one microphone, my one guitar, one amp, and I'm looking at my computer screen, and there's a screensaver of an island in the Pacific, and up pops an email from a person on an island in the Pacific. It's Tim Finn in Auckland in New Zealand, and he says, he's feeling very nostalgic about a trip he went to Cuba in 1988. And I was brought up in Cuba during the revolution and after for a bit. And he said, do you have any slow Latin grooves I can write some music to and put some words to? And by complete happenstance, I did. I've been preparing some Latin grooves for a sort of Latin-y type album. And so I sent them to him. He came back immediately the next day with singing and words. And I thought, wow, this is like voodoo. What's going on here? It was like such a great match. So gradually we exhausted all those. Oh, incidentally, those 4 tracks you can hear on all digital platforms when the EP comes out. But that led to me sending him all sorts of different kinds of genres of music to see if it would suit. And he would come back. He rose to the challenge, let's face it. The guy is a genius. He rose to the challenge on every kind of style that I sent him. He came back with something really good. And so we gradually ended up over a period of 18 months with 24 tracks. And I mean, the first 10 will be out on the 27th of August. And we're going to produce a few little CDs. It's all hecho en casa, as they say, made at home. So we just do it ourselves. There's no big label involved. It's coming out digitally. In effect, people can listen to it for free. But that's another story for musicians. But you can hear it if you want to. You can try it out. And we have done a little video for it, which is, again, done on iPhones. And then I sent it to this amazing guy, friend, who lives in the mountains south of Naples. And he turned it into the incredible work of art video. So, it's brought together people, this whole project. It started as a journey, really, with no particular destination and no idea to do an album or anything. Just fancy working on these tracks. But COVID, it's forced us to live in the present, not to think about destinations, it's forced everyone to go a bit slower. And, I think everybody to listen to more music. And I've listened to certainly so much more music in this last year. It's absolutely fantastic. I've discovered so much stuff, and it's helped incredibly. And I've realized how important music is to people's well-being, their therapy for themselves, and lifts them up, chills them out when things are really difficult. You put on some music and you're transported. And so it's lovely to be able to make music and know that it definitely will have that effect on people,
Yeah, and it's interesting, as you mentioned. I know you've got a lot of albums under your belt over the years, but now you're able to record an album, with people in different countries, and then you can release it without a label, and you can put it out there, and people can be listening to it, maybe the same day you finish the songs.
Yes. No, it's extraordinary. Everything's changing, and you just have to go with the changes and take advantage of the technology. It's been very democratizing for musicians, to people, to be able to do stuff and record stuff and not have to go and ask permission from a label or something like that, who then want to get involved because they give you money. And we understand the business aspect of it. But at this stage in my life, I just want to do good work. And, if we're happy with it, which we are, and we've done a good job, that's what we do. And that's all we can do, and we hope it has some resonance. And I think people will like it. I really am hopeful.
Definitely. Again, Caught by the Heart is out. And as you mentioned, you got a couple more EPs coming out of the session you did with Tim Finn. And you talked a bit, Phil, about, putting on some music, kind of getting into a better mood. I wanted to talk to you a bit about Roxy music. It seems like a lot of younger people are now discovering your music. I mean, I see kids who are probably still in high school with, Roxy music shirts and stuff on. That's got to be pretty cool for you to see that influence, still going on.
Yeah, well, it's like, if they're still at school, it's like seeing your grandchildren wearing your stuff. I mean, it's the power of pop and rock music, especially stuff that when we think back, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. I mean, if you think back when we started, if we'd been listening to music, if we started in the 60s and we'd been listening to music from like 1915, people would think we're mad, But on the other hand, good music's good music, and it transcends the period. And there's so many great songs that still resonate everywhere. And I mean, Roxy will be 50 next year. So, we're all, we are still, there's 4 of us of the original members still here and all doing music the whole time. We've dedicated our lives to it and we're all trying to do a good work and a good track. This year, apart from working with Tim, Brian Ferry lives near here. I've done some work on his new stuff. It's sounding really good. And just happy to be able to play still, and be healthy, quite frankly.
Definitely. Well, Phil, I wish we had more time. The new EP sounds great. I'm looking forward to hearing what else you guys have done. And again, it's been an honor speaking with you. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you very much, Dustin. Take care, man.
And again, that was Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Phil Manzanera, and his new EP with Tim Finn is out now. It's called Caught by the Heart.